Hello, and welcome back to this run. Let's get into this. And over here, I'm setting up some radar to make sure that there aren't any biters nearby this oil field, because, yeah, we don't want biters near our oil. Then I plan to expand power production, and then I finally add stone to the bus. For some reason, I have not done this sooner. And remember the green circuits I was planning to build last episode? Well, now I'm actually doing that. And you may be wondering, what is that intermediate thing in between them? Well, in this mod, because I'm using AAI Industries, circuits take stone or wood. I'm using just stone. And while I'm setting this up, I'm going to be talking about some mods I should have mentioned earlier. Uh, if you're wondering why my inventory is bigger than it normally is, that's because of a mod that adds 500 extra inventory slots. Yeah, the reason why I'm doing that is because, uh, I don't know, it's fun. But then but then I decide to actually expand power production. And then I decide to add a loader to the fuel refinery. Yeah, and then I decide to add a loader to it so that, and here I'm adding extra fuel refining because, more power is always more better. And then I decide to plan a rail that goes from my base to the oil field. Some temporary rail production? Yeah. Because, I'll need them for the long stretch of track I have to place. And then I place out some multi-cylinder engines, which are just regular engines. In fact, in the regular game are just regular engines. Yeah. And here you see spiders are absorbing pollution. So I go kill them. And here's the new strategy I've been using, or was using. I call it hit and run, or vehicular biter slaughter. Because you see, I'm running into them with my car. It's quite effective, I do have to say so myself. Like, look at this. Pretty fast. Why did I decide to leave this all unedited? Why would I do that? And also, the quality will get better in like a... Oh wait, the quality's already better. My bad. Yeah. Then I check to see if any more biters are absorbing pollution. And they aren't. So I head back to base. And then I set up a redundant power system. So where I disconnect the power grid into two parts. One side has the accumulator on it, the other side doesn't. Basically, if the accumulator gets below 50, it will disconnect. It will send a signal for the power disconnector to disconnect the power to it to that side, so that power does not get below 50%, or power does not get too low, because we don't want that. And soon I'll add radars to beep once they once it gets at 50%. But at this point, I haven't. So yeah. And because of the way I have it set up, it will manually stay closed forever until I manually override it. I start to place the rails. And then I set up a belt for the refined fuel to feed to the train. But there's a nest nearby. I gotta go kill it. Yep. And like, wow. Oh yeah. I was minding my business and then. So yeah, I recently reload a save, and then I just kill him way faster. Yep. That music may have been a little overkill, but it's funny. But then I draw aggro from some of the biters so that the big wave never happens. And here's the the sirens I was talking of. And right now I'm picking out what sound I want. And why am I even picking it? It's obviously going to be siren and alarm. And right here I'm testing to make sure they work. And it does. Which is good. And here you'll see that never mind. And right now I am setting up some just in case miners. So, just in case power is prolonged for so long that the main belt runs dry, which will never happen. And here I'm setting up oil field because, you need some oil. And I named the train stop a appropriate name. And because of probably AI industries, big power pools take concrete. So I'm setting up some temporary concrete production because, like, I need concrete. Never know when you need concrete, man. And yeah. And also, this just makes sense for the big power pools to take some concrete. Yeah. Best driver. Then I connect it to the main network. Right about now. And then I can some oil to use in my Flammenflota. Or flamethrower. Because, I need to burn biters alive. Then I bring some oil back to the base. Then I plan for the next two sciences, which are obviously gray, military, and blue, chemical. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Then for some reason I was trying to add a tank to the water for some reason, but my oil field got under attacked.
Base is under attack.
But for some reason, this causes me to bum rush bots. I don't know why. Uh, I just generally don't know why I decided to do this. And thanks to alternate recipes, uh, I can use a method that only takes red circuits or modules and batteries. So that's what I'm doing right here. Oh yeah, and the mod pack is vanilla galore. And you might be wondering, how do I get sulfur for the batteries? Oh, because of vanilla galore, you can turn coal and like salt and steam into some sulfur. Yeah, but unfortunately, it eats a lot of coal. A lot of coal, man. And it works. It may be odd, inefficient, and smell of elderberries, but hey, it works. What else could a man ask for? And here you see me using the thing I was talking about. Turn steam and coal and make sulfur. Which I mean probably makes sense in chemistry, but like doesn't really make sense. So yeah. And here I put some coal in a chest because uh I don't know. I'm stupid, I guess. Cuz I could have just brought it over. I set up some night equipment, some night gear in my equipment grid because I need that for the nights. But then a massive wave comes to attack my base, specifically my newly built green circuits. And like, look at all those corpses. I mean, I know it's not a lot, but like, this early on, it's still quite a lot. But yeah, like this amount of biters this early on is like kind of excessive. Yeah. So I just rebuild it. And like, they destroyed my car. This is a very sad day for me. I will never financially recover from this. Anyways, I'm setting up some multi-cylinder engines right now, or right here, because I'm kind of tired of hand feeding it. And I forgot to unpause OBS while building it, but it's a pretty simple thing. Since I believe the in mod's called Bob's inserters or something, I use I would normally use red long head inserters, but I don't need them. And right here, I'm setting a buffer, but I don't know why I'm setting it so far back. Yeah. And like, why am I saying this far away from the source where it should be? And then I connect the power. And look at that baby go. Isn't that thing just so beautiful? Yeah. And instead of watching the final craft finish, I decided to open the menu. Open a menu. And then I add them to the bus, which I don't really ever use them. Like seriously, I practically never use these so far. And then I finally decided to repair the oil field. Don't know why I didn't do this sooner, but I am now. After all, it's better late than never.
Base is under attack. Base is under attack.
And this is the oil. This is the sign setup I'm going to be using for the rest of the game. It takes bulk inserters and red inserters to make 12. Like, yeah, that's a lot. And, like, I mean, that's clearly a biter nest right there. So, you know what I gotta do? I go and use my new way of killing him. But not before I die, obviously. Then I go and kill him. Then I come back and realize that a fucking giant wave is coming. And for some reason, my game will just do that. I don't know why, but it just sometimes does. It's probably because I'm recording at 60 frames per second at at the highest quality. But like, I mean, I could change that, or I could continue to be a dumbass. We both know what option is best. And here is a fun research. It's underground storage tanks, and like, they don't look that big. But right here, I connect it to water to see how much it holds, and at first it doesn't seem like that much, but then holy shit, it holds 250k of oil. Yeah. So I obviously use this for the oil. Hopefully with this I will never have to expand storage. So first you can walk over it, which is pretty neat. Then I set up oil cracking because you know, to keep the ratio balanced, kind of. Then I just copy it over for the light to petroleum because you know I am too lazy to set it up again. For some reason, this part is inverted or flipped. I don't know why it's flipped, but for some reason it is. But anyways, what I'm doing here is making sure that there's like 100, that there's 1k in the pipes for the flamethrowers to use before it pumps into the for the main base. And right here, I'm using my new strategy that I use. I just run up to a base, drive around it, and place a bunch of gun turrets. It's pretty effective. I mean, it gets the job done very well. And here, I burned that biter alive. Because there is no room in my heart for those filthy biters. Then I go and kill that nest where that massive wave came from. Which I added dramatic music that totally does not fit for some reason. I don't know why I did that, but I did. I am a strange man. And like, look how efficient this is. And now you may be wondering, why are we watching these biters kill the oil tank? Well, you may be asked. Well, that's why. Thanks to a mod I found. Where is it? Flammable oils. It does as the title says. It adds flammable. The oils explode whenever their container explodes. And so I autosave for some reason. And I kill the nest I likely think is responsible for it. If you can't tell, I harbor a little hatred for them. You know, just a little bit, like the normal amount of hatred that you feel for biters. Also, if you hear any noise in the background, that's either me messing around or like a dog barking. But yeah. If you're wondering why you're hearing the repair pack sound when I pick up the gun turrets, it's because of a mod called Inventory Repair, which does as the title says, inventory repairs. Can repair stuff inside your inventory as long as you have repair packs. But then my oil code gets attacked, so I rush over and kill them. So I place out some gun turrets to make sure that this never happens again. And here's where inventory repair comes really useful. And I decided to kill more biters because, you know, we love killing biters. And plus, they keep on eating my pollution. So yeah, we hate biters for this. So yeah, I just kill more biters. And for some reason, I was very aggressive right here. Like, damn, why am I so aggressive right here? But, they killed the nest. And another attack wave comes. This time attacking my circuit facilities. What do they have against my circuits? And here I am building gray science or military science. Because, you know, I need it. It just takes some gun turrets and walls, and gun turrets just take gears and single cylinder engines. And I put any walls that don't get used into a box because I will probably need them soon. But then I decided to connect the gray science. And then I go get some belts because I'm out of belts. Then I expand the storage capacity for more belts. And yes, you might be asking yourself, but isn't that unexpandable? Yes, it is. When I need new belts, I'm just going to completely revamp it. And if you hear my chair creaking, I'm sorry, but I seriously don't care. But then I realized I'm not producing enough chemical military science, so I decided to, double it and give it to myself. Then I, then I power it and rebuild the box setup for the walls, excess walls. Because I always need excess walls. Can never have enough excess walls. And here it is. Here's my first load of gray science. And then I decide to upgrade the intake inserters for the labs into blue. And here I make more coal. Maybe asking yourself, can't I just expand the one I have? And I mean, I could, but the way I set up my base kind of prevents me from doing that. So it's easier just to do this. And then I condense the 4 belts of input to 2 output. Here, you may be looking at the underground pipe, underground storage tanks, and realize that the color changed. I haven't noticed that yet. But I connect some of the output from the other coal mine into the input of our coal mine. And for some reason, that ghost belt, that ghost power pole was holding power for some reason, or was transferring power. I don't know why that is, but it was. And then I connect the coal outpost to the main grid. And doing this just made the coal miners that I had set up not that long ago to keep it running just in case of a prolonged blackout even more useless. And I personally prefer to have a 2-to-1 train, but because of how bad my oil float is, I move it down to 1-to-1. And here I realize the color changing. And I'm gonna end the episode here because it's already long enough. Thank you for watching my video. Don't mind my editing, and you can call me Lino. Bye.